everybody. I'm on too close. Hey, hello. I'm gonna just put it right here. Hello, 안녕하세요. Hello. How are we doing? Hello, love. Yes. My voice is still, in fact, quite gone. 안녕하세요. Yeah, my voice isn't coming back anytime soon. Thank you so much for the messages. How are we doing? People, somebody said they think I'm in the wrong century. You know what? Sometimes I do feel that. I do feel as if I'm not from this part of the century. But here I am. How's everybody doing? I missed you all so much. And honestly, I know this live has been long overdue, but as you know, I am on tour. In fact, we are on the Dream Reborn tour as we have just wrapped up our Europe tour, the Europe leg of the tour. Congratulations for us, and congratulations to all the dreams that ever came and was able to see us perform. That being said, you know, the US leg of tour was amazing. Korea, always on point. You know, the South Americas, we loved it. Europe, what a really awesome place to, what a really awesome place to just recharge and meet all the fans. I just want to say a big shout out. Thank you all so much. We're still only 2/3 of the way. 3분의 2밖에 안 왔어요, 여러분. 3분의 2. 3분의 2. 똑부러져. Hey, I can't thank you all enough for such an amazing time that you have given me and everybody on the team of DPR. Forever grateful. We are forever grateful. This is my grateful dance. All right, never doing that again. In fact, some might say that dance was not quite necessary, but here we are. 사랑합니다. Hola. Te amo to everybody too. Hi, Daddy. Hello, love. How we doing? Now. Okay. Hello. Let me just get out all the country names. Italy. That's a portal behind me. That's where I jump in and I come out. I'm in a different century. As you can tell, that is a place in which I have come from. Sorry. I'm having so much fun with my voice right now, but I know I shouldn't because I'm going to get smacked. Anyway, guys, is a tattoo on my neck a butterfly? Yes. Here's the thing. Let me just read all your comments because I feel like I hardly do that. I do read all the comments, but I don't read it out loud, but I feel like I should. I'm so incredibly excited for the new album. Oh my God. I'll get into that real soon. He's in the wars. What's in the wars? Davvero bello. Te amo. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, love. Mwah. There's your birthday kiss. The background is so beautiful. It is quite lovely. I'm here in Paris, and it is quite amazing. It's quite beautiful. I do feel like I'm caught in the Renaissance right now. Not quite particularly what I'm quite in a lot these days, but you know, it works. So here's the thing, guys. Daisy Gang. I gave you 2 limbo drawings of Madrid. You know what? I got all the pictures, all the paintings. They all kind of come flying in, and we've packed them very nicely, and we shipped them off so I can all take it back home in LA. Brazil, you guys were on point. Fucking loved you. Please read my comment. Be careful with the gift back from Paris. Valletta is so small. Don't worry, love. I got some amazing people on the team to work for making sure these gifts are properly wrapped and properly sealed. So do not worry about that. Am I feeling better? I'm feeling better. Well, it's getting better day by day, but you know how it is. So some people are commenting on my hair. Earthquake. No, not an earthquake. Somebody is doing something out there that's sounding like an earthquake. Keep it PG. Marry you? I definitely will. Listen, hello my love. Hello darling, how are we? I hope you've been nice, hope you've been fine. Peru, I know I couldn't go this time, but I promise next time I will make the trip. I have not forgotten about you guys. I love you all. We just couldn't go because of just unforeseen circumstances, but hey, we promise we'll go next time. I wanted to thank you. Help me go through so much about my disorder. That's what we're all about. We're here to not find the answer. It's to just cope along this fucked up place that we're in sometimes, and to just make things a little bit easier, a little bit more healthful, and a little bit more brighter. That's all we're trying to do. Where am I? I'm in Paris, as you can tell. But I'm not in the Paris that you think. I'm in the year of the 1800s. And that back there is my portal, as somebody has mentioned. But thank you so much. In all seriousness, seriously, I do want to thank you. Poland, of course. Like I said, there's a few countries that we've been for the first time. Italy, Poland. Listen, you guys have shown me another side of you guys that I've never ever expected, and I quite like it. But no, I love you all so much. And of course, I cannot forget about Argentina. And you know already, Mexico was just phenomenal. Listen, we did one in Barcelona. Whoa, hectic. I can't. Oh my Lord. That's where I lost my voice. I lost my voice in Barcelona, but it was worth it. And in Paris, of course, it was worth it, but you already know. You know what? Denmark. Copenhagen was an amazing show as well. It's our first time there. Tilburg, you already know. The Netherlands, they already know how to party. And Greece is coming. Colombia, I'm coming to you guys as well. Do not forget, we are going to you guys, so do not worry. I promise there is next time. Now what did I want to talk about? So here's the thing. 자, 제가 무슨 말을 하고 싶었냐면요. 이제 그냥 이때까지 뭐 느꼈던 감정, 뭐 결말, 뭐 이렇게 뭐 이런 거. Rosie Pod, your mum's not feeling well. I'm praying for your mum. I hope she's gonna get back up on her feet. Do not worry. You know, London. I miss. You know what? I actually miss the London show as well. I will go back to Mexico. I will go back. Guapo. That. Now, guys. So here we are. My microphone is dead. What? Well, how is it dead now? Can you still hear me? Can somebody still hear me? Is my microphone still dead? Y'all, some of you missed the Arizona show. I do miss the shows back in the US. I do it. I can't believe it was just gone like that. Does it sound better now? Does it sound more clearer? You know what it is. Okay, good. Okay, here's the thing. So, earthquake again. So here's the thing. It's been such a hectic few cities. It's been a hectic few months. Just tour in general. I just wanted to debrief, and someone said my hair looks cute. Thank you. You know what? I have been getting a lot of your hair. You look a lot younger. You look a lot younger with your haircut, and you know I always get that comment every time. They're like, wow, I didn't realize how young you were with all that hair underneath. And here's the thing. I don't know. I feel like guys, especially Asian dudes, hair is a big thing in terms of changing image, right? For me, I've always thought long hair fitted my more conceptual and stage presence image, where it was a lot more easier to flaunt my hair around, swing it back and forth, and just give it more of an appeal in terms of my concepts, because there's just so much more things you could do with longer hair versus shorter hair, right? And here's the thing. Somebody asked me, how's my Spanish? My Spanish is, I'm learning. I'm learning a little bit. I did try speaking. You know what? I took a whole week out learning Spanish, just so I can have the speech ready at the Mexico show, at Mexico, and then obviously at Chile, and then Argentina, and I just needed. And now I tried to do it at Barcelona, but I was like, oh man, I'm not that great there. But I'm telling you, the house is shaking. Anyway, I will go to Saudi Arabia, I promise. Here's the thing. So, there 무슨 말 하고 있었지? I swear to God, man, this house is haunted or something, right? The fucking things just. I'm freaking out. That's either somebody opening the door upstairs or someone just let out a nice big fart. Anyway, I just want to say, just try. Sorry. I keep forgetting what I'm going to say because I'll get so sidetracked. Can somebody remind me what I was saying? I can't believe I actually forgot. 지금 무슨 말하고 지금 계속 까먹고 있어. 어떡하지? 진짜 이 집중을 못하는. 아이 바보. 내가 지금 무슨 말하고 있는지 까먹었어요, 사실. Today's going to be a good day because you said that. Do I know any Russian words? Привет. I think that's what it is. I think. And then da. I just say when somebody speaks Russian to me, they're like, and I'm like, yeah, da. That's the same thing as Spanish. Somebody starts to speak Spanish to me, I'm like, sí, and now I change that C to a we when I'm in Paris. I'm like, bonjour. I'm like, oui. Oui, baby. Anyway, so that's how you write привет. Do I know any words in German? Guten Tag. Somebody told me something, but I forgot, brother. I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot. In Brazilian, oh my God. How do you say okay, in Brazilian, how do you say hi again? Oh my God, I forgot. I knew these words in Brazil. In Portuguese, sorry, I said Brazilian. In Brazil, I learned Portuguese, and I'm trying to remember. Can you write it down so I can say it? Say, hey, terima kasih. I do not remember happy birthday in Italian. People were asking me if I remember happy birthday. Okay, I tried singing happy birthday in every country I could. Obrigado. Yeah, there we go. Obrigado. I tried learning happy birthday in every country in their words. I just couldn't do it. I looked at it and I'm like, I can't do it. But so then the fans, the crowd, obviously, you know, they did an amazing job at you know, singing along with me. So all to the bang, all to the bang. I just remember that. All to the bang, all to the bang. Yeah, all to the bang. I think that's what it was. Should I go see your concert? You absolutely should. TSIWL something. Because if you don't, this might be my very last show. This might be my very last tour I've ever do in my life. No, I won't blackmail you like that. But you know what? If you don't have to come, but you know, I promise if you do come, you're gonna have the best time of your life, and I'll make sure of it. Ian, I have one favor for you. Yes. Bro, I love you, but you're chaotic. You know what? I think it's all the stimulus that I've been going through. The whole tour's been shaking me up. I'm probably manic as hell right now, but I just don't know. But anyway, you can leave without coming to the. You know what? I will go to the Middle East one day. Chamoy King. I need some chamoy. 김치도 필요하고 chamoy도 필요해. 알겠죠? 김치랑 chamoy. Ian can say saudade. I'm not sure. Listen, I'm sure that's not how you say it. Saudade. Lesbians love me. Well, you know what? I love all the lesbians as well. Chamoy King, Chicharron. I wish I could say in a lot more of these countries. Anyway, guys, what I really wanted to say is just thank you so much for coming to the show. You know, going into this tour, I know I'm not done yet, but listen, going into the tour, I knew it was going to be an immense, it was going to be really hard for me. And I'll tell you why. Let me just get into the details of why. And I'm going to be straight with you guys. There was a lot of pressure I had going for me. There's me as DPR Ian, which I brand as a brand. That's part of DPR. And then there's me, Christian, who is a creative director, the founder of DPR, the one that sets up and pulls a lot of these business moves behind the strings, management pretty much, and obviously the creative direction, putting all the creative putting a lot of the creative vision into how we need to play these pieces to keep going and to be able to meet you guys, do all these things, etc., etc., etc. And I obviously have the director side. So there's this part of me who, by the way, that side of me is me, and also this brand of a DPR Ian is me as well. But now this is the thing. So more times than not, from last tour, I was struggling a lot just because I was trying to. It's like this: if you choose one or the other, it's really hard just to do even one thing. But trying to split yourself, and I'm not like, funny enough, there's no pun intended. I'm not talking about my DAD or anything, but I have to literally be 3 people at the same place at once. Now, what's crazy about that is there's a part of me where I curate that takes a lot of energy, and there's a part of me where I have to go and perform and make that stage of what I curated come to life, right? And that's hard because it's kind of like saying, listen, if I had all the time in the world to be able to practice my performance, get the songs from like producers, just have like people have people write the songs for me, and all I do is just go and record, bang, and then practice on performing that would be a dream as an artist. Now, because I'm not just an artist, I'm someone that needs to bring and put all these pieces and make all these visions come to life, not just for me, for my team, for my artists. I need every one of this to come down to really be something. Like the branding is the most important thing for me, right? With that being said, when Tarbin left, well, he didn't leave, sorry. When Tarbin took a break and he started CTYL, and we tried to come up from the fucking shadows with all that shit happened to us, and I'll get into that a bit later. But it was like, do we need to go on this tour? Because a big part of this tour and a big part of who we were as DPR had just got up and, is now taking a break. And for me, that was a big hole that I needed to not just fill in, but was very just empty as well for me going into this. Why am I in a castle? You just think it's a castle. I'm just in the house. I took a time machine, and here I am in the Renaissance period. I'll guess this would be a house of the Duke or something. Not to worry. 제가 너무 멋지고 대단하다고요? 감사합니다. 그런 말 들을 때마다 진짜요? 이거밖에 생각이 안 나요. 근데 진짜요 하면서 감사해요. 이 생각밖에 안 해요. Oh my God, please shut up. Can I say I love you in Spanish? Te amo. Te amo. I'm getting better at pronouncing that, just saying. But anyway, I'm just saying, so going into this tour, I not only had to fill in Tarbin's part of this show. Some venues are even bigger. We even grabbed bigger venues. I know the pricing of it was like a little iffy at times, but just with all the inflation going on, it's like we can't even make any money from this. I'll be honest, because I've probably invested way more into it than I would ever get back. And obviously for us, we wanted to just give you guys more of an impactful show. It was never about making money from this anyway. It's more about how do we give you guys how do we give you guys more of a show? How do you guys take away more from this show than the one we did in 2 years? With that being said, Tarbin's not here, so we couldn't really, like, the shit that I had to think of and try to fill in. And there's an empty part of this with him not being there. And obviously the diehard fans that were his fans, hardcore fans, couldn't rock up to our show with him not being there. And so that's already, you can imagine, possibly more than half of our fandom that's just kicking rocks. They want to embellish us, and I appreciate all the fans that showed up and turned up for DPR anyway. But I think just me as an artist, I'm talking about me as an artist now, just going on stage, and there's just a lot of holes to fill in. Pause. But and in other terms, I still have that worry. Like going into Asia, like how do I boost these ticket sales? How do I get people more invested? How do I show the world that we're still here and we're just reborn? Hence the name Reborn. And I just want in a perfect world, we would be still all together, minus who you already know, and we'll be giving you guys the best DPR that we could be. 그냥 아쉬운 거죠, 가끔가다, And as I'm getting older, there's only so much I can possibly do. Wearing a tour hoodie, perfect. There's only so much that I can possibly do. And, you know, it was hard because not only, funny enough, I'll tell you something, you know, when Scott left as well, I not only had to fill in now Tyler's position, I had to fill in Scott's position. People want to know how much money did the person that came up with DPR, that pretty much created the concepts, the creative vision and the creative direction of DPR, for DPR Live, just DPR in general, the direction. How much did I get? How much did I make in the 10 years I put my blood, sweat and tears into this? In all my 8-10 years of grinding and making videos and fucking putting that vision and putting us fucking just diluting myself into this whole business, I didn't make any more than the secretary. The secretary made more than me. I made the least. So how much did the CEO make? Not on paper, but let's say the curator. I made shit all. I didn't make anything. When Tarbin told you guys that, you know, he had no money to eat and all that, I literally had no money for fucking rent. And even up to iCool, for DPR Live, I had to keep borrowing money. So there's a very fine line of how much I give and dedicate myself. Here's my thing. The only thing that I was running on was, hey, at least we're going up, and at least Live's making it. And by the way, I had no idea that Live wasn't getting any money. I had no idea. My mind was, I know I'm not getting paid what I deserve, number one. But for me, it was never about the money. And I honestly didn't care about that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really give a shit about that. Listen, we had an investor. We have an investor. Here's the thing. It's not like we didn't get the money. We got all the money that we should have racked in. We got a lot of money. I didn't know where that money was going, because I never even bothered to second guess or question that anybody in our team would mishandle it. You would not dream that, especially after C Clown, man. I shot myself once in C Clown, and I promised myself I'd never do that again. And then the second time, I could never imagine doing the same thing. So I stuck my neck out and I did everything I could. I gave it all my all, without ever asking about anything financially, because it was never about the money, right? But my thing was, you know, I'll tell you a funny story. So when we got to the bottom of this, and when Live actually was put this up, and you know, we got all the numbers, and we got the whole list and sheets of how much money that, you know, we made, or how much money was actually sent on our behalf. I still remember he showed me, he was like, like, so this is what I got, these are all the receipts, this is how much I made. And can you believe it? Like, in terms of like, this isn't how much he should have made, he should have been making more, and I agree. And I saw that, and I was like, I still remember, because here's the thing, I never once asked how much he ever made. You know, I never once asked how much you ever made. So I because, you know, out of respect. Or in my mind, I thought everyone was making money. I thought Live was racking. And for me, it's like, as long as you're making it, brother, I'm good. As Scott, as long as you're making it, I'm good, bro. As long as you know what I mean? Everyone's quality of life is improving. That's all that matters. And it's the first time I saw how much he was making over the last few years. I was shocked. You know why I was shocked though? I wasn't shocked because it was little. I was shocked because I was like, you make this much, bro? I haven't even made a third of what you made. So for me, it was like, I couldn't fathom even that amount of money that he made. And it was, by the way, it wasn't what he should have got. He should have got way more. So even saying that, you know, it was like, I can't believe it, man. Fuck. And it turns out I was making way less than the secretary, which, by the way, the secretary is a person that I brought in, and was a lifelong friend as well. So there was many people, many knives going in and out during that period of time, and mind you, again, reaching 30 and, you know, finding out that I could have, with that money, I could have easily retired my mum. I could have easily gave her the life that she deserved at this age. Killed me more than anything. Because, you know, like, you gotta understand what me, not just me, but everyone, but I'm just talking about me now. What I had to sacrifice to get all that, what I had to sacrifice to give everything in the world to those brothers, just so that they could have, just so that we could feel like we belong somewhere in this world. And for me, it was a hard pill to swallow, because it wasn't my first rodeo. It was my second time that something like that had happened to me. And at that point, I was like, I just fucking suck. Man, I just fucking suck. Like, I'm just not good with money, bro. I'm just good with making shit based on how I feel. Here's the thing. I'm an honest dude. Like, I really couldn't give a shit or care less if you wanted to one-up me with something. My method is, why do it alone? We'll do it together, you know? That is my method. If I could help you, I will. If I have a way to help you, I will. That's just who I am. I don't ask for nothing back. And that's not the whole point. I don't have an agenda of why I want to go in and help you. It's the least I can do in a world we stay in together. We're gonna leave together. So it's the least I can do, you know. So what I owe, how much I owe, what possession I have that's more flauntier and more freaking priceless than you, doesn't mean shit to me. So if your quality of life is improving, then great, but just be honest. You know, just be honest, because at the end of the day, I'm pouring everything, every ounce of my body and sweat and tears into this, and and the sacrifice for me is I don't get to see my mum as much, and I'm her only child. I don't get to have a social life. I've almost, my friends are so disappointed in me because, you know, I'm just not available, and I know that, and it kills me. And I've always felt bad, but I have an amazing group of people that are always supportive. And, you know, it's that thought sometimes, because I've never made money as the DPI curator. 10 years doing this. Can you imagine that? All my fans here, all my fans from day one, hardcore fans that have been with me, you know how much you know how much I did. You know how much I put out. You know exactly what I. Well, might not know exactly what I did, but you know exactly how much I output. I've made DPI into. What I made DPI into. Now, what I made DPI into, no one can tell me none other. No one on my team, nobody can tell me that I did nothing. Or sorry, not nothing. No one can tell me what I didn't do. And doing all that, just so I just have nothing left. Quite frankly, you know, like, it was a hard pill to swallow. And you know when this was all happening, This was all happening during the last tour. As that was running through my mind, I was on stage with Live. You know what happens every time I go on stage? I give it my all. Oh man, I want to be in this moment. I don't want to leave because I don't want to get back down again, and I don't want to face reality. I don't want to see anyone but you guys, because I felt that was the only reason why I wanted to live. And then every time I finish and then I say goodbye to you guys, the next thing, you know what my next worry is? My next concern as I get down, my next concern is, shit, I wonder how Live's doing. I wonder if Tarbin's okay. Doesn't matter about how I feel, I gotta go check if Tarbin's alright. Because I know he's doing this off of something. He's not himself. How can you be himself after what I just told you? We all had our respectfully own demise that we were struggling. No one really knew what I was going through, because I'm not very good at showing how much I hurt. I'm not very good at bringing out my problems, but here I am bringing out my problems to you. So bear with me now, yeah. So I've never really gone on a break. I'll be honest. I've never really delved in understanding what that means. And that was my mindset. Like, you have all this shade and all this shit happen to you. You're away from the people you love. You're almost bare stripped with all the commitment and work, and you're not really rewarded in any other way other than be positive. Look to the light, brother. Look to the light. Go ahead. Think positive about everything. And that's what I did. All I could do is, because what else am I going to do? All I could do is forgive, and try to be the better person. Not make it about money. Most importantly, don't make it personal. But it was so personal. It's so personal though. It's so personal. How can you not make it personal? At least Tarbin's making, like a documentary, and at least he has his own words out of it. I've always admired that about him. He's more vocal, more strong, valiant in that regards. Something that I do not have. And I've always looked at that, and I've always admired that about him. Stand up when you fucking need to. Don't take this for nothing. But, fuck man, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just can't. I look at my brother and I'm like, he has to be first. I gotta look at somebody else, and I gotta make sure this is everything that I could have ever done for this person before I cut ties. Because if I don't, I'll regret it. It's so toxic. I know. I know. It's so fucking toxic. I try not to look too much into the past. I'm not like that. But at the same time, what was being in present for me was just sheer painful. I've always tried to be present, but present for me in the last 2 years was trying, you know what it was? Every time I was trying to be present in the last 2 years, I've always not wanted to be present. I've always wanted to not be present. I've always wanted to run away. Do something to escape. Do whatever. Make music. Go into my lore. Go into my characters. Do everything I could to just feel like I was part of something that was important. You know, that's what it was. I've always thought what I was doing for my people, for my brothers, was the most important thing for them. This is why I carry the message that you don't assume anything. I was just too beat. All I did was I gave too much. I get it. I gave too much. That's just how life works. But you gotta understand the context of where that happened was DPR was my solace. It was my beacon of light. The reason why I say that is I just came out of a 7 year fucking slave contract from my old company that fucked me up almost every day. We're not even talking about money, we're talking about just brutality. Not being treated like a human, that was a given. That wasn't even in the fucking paper. They treated me like dog shit, they fucking hit me, they took one of my members' ribs out. Not like took it out, but like, fucking flailed it. We had fist fights every day with my managers. And I couldn't give a shit less where they're from. But blackmail is a heck of a thing. And I vowed on that very day, everything that they made us do, everything that they put me through, everything that made that trigger, the first birth, the enhancement of my fucking DID and bipolar, you gotta give them a nod. I promise you, I was so spiteful that I wanted to get back to them in just the most inhumane ways you could possibly imagine. But nonetheless, I'm just not that type of person. I had to create something. I had to get away from all that spite, anger. I had to learn to forgive. I had to learn to forgive myself. I had to find a way to breach and make something bad into something good. But how the fuck can you, after all that, everyone just spits on you and shit, like, puts you down. How do you do that? You can't. It hurts too bad. But come on, you can do it. If you don't do it, what are you going to do? Die? That's the other option. You can just fucking off yourself. But nah. You know what? It'll be such a waste. Like, I'm not going to let them win. That's why I didn't want to die, because I'll regret that. I never wanted to let people win. They can't have my life. You can have everything. You can tear me down. You can take me into pieces. You can put me in the most traumatic moments, but you can't take my life. And therefore, I will never give it to you. That was my thought. I've got to be stronger. I've got to get up. I've got to do it smart. So what I do, I made DPR. DPR was my beacon of hope. It was my solace. Did I ask for anything? No. So, you learn a lot of things when you're 20s. Obviously, you're a misfit. You don't know anything. You're growing up. What can you possibly know? What do you know about the world? I still don't know shit about the world. I'm fucking 30. This is what I said last night too at the Paris show. I said, listen, in your 20s, you're just fucking up all the time. Just so you can fuck up little less in your 30s. That's all. That's all it is. That's all it is. You're not meant to know what you're doing. It'll be great to know what you're doing, but you're not. Yeah, I'm clueless as well. Like, we're only here to fuck up a little less every decade. Oh, that's what I truly believe. There is no reason for you to truly understand what you know. Even if you think you know, and if you do, by the way, if you're one of those people that were like, I already know what I'm doing, I'm so happy, all the power you, that's what we're all trying to be. Some people just don't have it like that, So, here's the thing. 20s, alright, I get it. Okay, that could have happened. Did it have to happen? Not necessarily, but I did have to go through it, and I made what I could from that possible situation. What could I possibly do? Now, DPR was my bread and butter. It was my moment where I could not just show the world, but I could finally give back to Darwin. I could finally keep my promise to this dude, and make his life, make what I thought his life was, who he was as a person, into something that he could finally be proud and happy and be happy about. and he could be absolutely happy about. Let me just put it there. Can you hear my voice now? And here's the thing, like, so my hair's just. So here's the thing, DPR was exactly where it needed to be. It came in at the right moment because somehow I had to find that as a opening. I needed to find that as an escape. Tabin was somewhere that was there. He brought me out of it. And that is what we did together, you know. Me and Tabin really kicked off with this. And here's the thing, like, we did it always from passion, from the love of it, and that's how it always starts. It always starts with people coming together, and it's a passion project at first. And yes, as you grow it, it turns into a business. Now, could it be still friendship amongst business? Yes, you can. If no one wants to be shady, like, that's all it takes. People say money changes everyone. No, yeah, but it changes fucking hell. It does change people, but it doesn't change. You gotta understand, if you were bound to change, then you were already that type of person. I'm sorry. And apparently we had someone like that, but hey, regardless, right? You're just dealt bad cards at certain times. And for me, growing DPR was always my way of life, I guess you could say. It was always my go-to. Like, that was just my way of living. Money changes people. Well, it can change some people. It doesn't change all people. And, you know, it changes people. Could be for the better. Could be for the more wiser. Could be for the worse. But regardless, it is something that can give you and provide you better opportunities for being happy, better opportunities for people, comfort, yada, yada, yada. But should it be the primary thing that you follow? No. Should it be the primary thing that you agreed on? No. That is it. It is important, but it's not that important for you to base your whole fucking life around it. And this is what I mean. If you love something, and if you're very honest and you're genuine with what you love, consistency with genuine honesty always prevails. That's where you get your money. That's where you get your love. That's where you build your friendship. That's where you grow an everlasting bond that won't break. I promise you that. Now, will you suffer amongst that situation? Yes, but it's what you make of it. And this is what I do. I try to make I try to make the most of it. So yes. So there's my little tale. I'm still not making any money from DPR as a curator. I just want everyone to know that. The only source of income that I'm taking in from DPR to fund DPR. So funny. By the way, I haven't got any lick of money from the fucking 10 years I've been doing it. So you'd be like, why are you still doing DPR? You know, your artist that you put everything into is on a hiatus. To do that, the management side is what's fucked up. You can't bring it back. You can't get anything back. So what do you have left? For me personally, what can you say you have left? But you have DPR as a vision. But that's only because I brought up DPR Ian as a brand. What if I didn't have DPR Ian in initially? You know? And here's my thing. Like, I'm so happy that I ever made DPR Ian, because that gave an opening for Cream, that gave an opening for Arctic. Like, had I imagined that I did not start DPR Ian and I just stayed as the curator for DPR,
I can only imagine where we would be. But it's such a shame that I have to double down now as two people, two separate identities and two separate jobs. Mind you, 3 including videography. So here's my thing. Like, that's why it was a little bit more hard for me. It's still getting a little bit hard to fill in those shoes. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. I haven't felt this much pressure in a good minute, and I'm really well with working under pressure. And by the way, this is not a call for money. This is not a call out for money. This is not something that I'm like trying to vent and like trying to get like some sympathy points from anyone. No, I'm just saying this because I have a message at the end of this. For me, it's again, I still remain resilient. I still will stand on my ground and say this is not about money. Had it been, I probably won't be doing DPR. I probably would have left the minute everyone just started getting up and leaving. It sucks because I look around, and during in those moments where I was switching like almost every 5 fucking minutes, the 2 years ago, like I just thought, wow, Prusanga, like it's so sad to see everyone have no idea what was going on. I look at Trinyong, I look at Cream, I look at Arctic, I looked at Tarbin, I looked at John. I thought, man, what about these guys? Like what about these guys? Like what's going to happen to these guys? Like what about these guys? Like if I didn't get any money, I know these guys didn't get any money either. What about these guys? Like is no one gonna take care of these guys? Yeah, and for me that was like a big thing, because I was looking at all my brothers that paid for it, that paid with their sacrifice for it, and you know I just thought, man, it sucks so much because why do these guys have to go through it? Like, I went through it once. Well, why do these guys have to go through it in these conditions? And you know, it's like if I get up and leave, like there's nothing they could do. Like they could do nothing about it. And you know what? That just killed me, because I was like, you know, I can't do that to any of these guys. I just couldn't. And it was so stupid, because I'll be honest, the only reason why DPR Ian was excited was because I had DPR Live. And now I had to re-image myself, stand up straight, look up. Now you have to put DPR Ian in the spotlight. But I didn't like that, because DPR is a collective. And, you know, for me, I just wanted everyone to have the quality of life that they deserved with what they did, because it's not fair. I've been living like it's not fair forever. Like I was dealt with a lot of bad cards. I was dealt with a lot of things that I would never have asked for. And listen, if I could give somebody an opportunity to not go through what they have to go through, what I had to go through, I promise I'll do everything I can to prevent them from it. They don't have to learn from that shit. No one has to learn from it. You only learn from it because you're provoked to being in the situation, and the only way you can cope out of it is by learning from it. Not necessarily you have to go through every bad thing in your life for you to understand that this is life. It doesn't necessarily have to happen like that if you have good people around. All right. So I need everyone to understand, like I put my whole life in this. I've put my whole fucking life in DPR. I've always have. I don't get anything from it other than the love of my fans and the joy of what I do, and that is quite enough for me. I get all the money I get from DPRE and from the shows. Just I switch into the artist mode and I go, I go out as DPRE. And me, Christian Yu, it's not me. When I'm DPRE, like DPRE is just obviously the person that I am as an artist. Me, who I am, beyond that, I'm just Christian Yu. I'm not no artist. I don't know how to fucking dance, sing. I don't know how to do any of that shit. I know how to do it when I'm DBRE, and I don't know how to do it when I'm like this. I just know how to give as someone like this. I know how to curate, so I know how to look at somebody and say, hey man, you look really cool in this. Oh my God. Let me amp you up. Let me hype you up. You look amazing. Don't you think this would be cool if you do this and this and this? It'll be really, really cool and this and this. That's who Christian Yu is. That's who I am. I loved building blocks together. What if we do this collab? People will love it. Man, fans will love this shit. If DPRE did this, they will love it. Now it's been tough because I could do that for DPR Live because we're two different people. But I'm like, oh man, if DPR did this, I think people would love it. And then I stop and I'm like, oh wait, fuck, I am DPRE. And I just have to go switch into that shit. And sometimes it kills me because it's like, oh man, once I switch into the artist mode, I have to give my artist mode my all. I just give it my all. Give it my all just so I can bring you guys the performance or the music or the love that you guys deserve. I will never leave you guys out of anything. So, and then I switch back and I'm like, oh man, but like if I do this, shouldn't there be like a return? Like shouldn't Christian Yu also have like a return? But it's like, hey, you're doing everything with DPRE. You're doubling down as Christian Yu. Now, so you're bringing in money from DPRE and you're reinvesting it all into DPR as a whole. And sometimes that kills me because it's just like I can't sit there and curate and do this as much as I want because I have to be working on the artistry side. Does this make sense? I hope people understand where I'm coming from. And that's what's really tough because now money becomes a thing. Like, oh fuck, I gotta make money. Oh fuck, I gotta expand on this. I gotta do bigger things, pull in bigger people so quite possibly my investors could appeal more to bigger sponsors from this. You're not gonna appeal just with an idea or vision. We're not anybody on the board. I just do it for the love of it, but sometimes it gets a little tiring, because I don't have I just want to get up one day and I don't remember the last time I had a break. I don't really remember. Maybe it was Peru. Maybe it was when I went to Peru in 2018 or something. But I don't really remember the last time I had a proper break. I don't remember my life anything after a certain point, because for me it was just go, and I've learned that I have to slow down in life. But if I slow down now, I feel like I'm going to lose it, And I appreciate everybody telling me I'm doing great and everything. But I've always, like I said, man, I want to keep everyone in my team. I want to make sure they do good. I really want to, what kills me? I'll give you an honest answer. You know what kills me? It kills me when I see sometimes what I do not work out so well, and that affects my team. Like that kills me more than anything. Like I want my team to feel like they're being accomplished. I want my team to feel like they're going somewhere at least. I don't want them to expand too much and have to, improvise and, you know, for fucking missing holes and shit like that. Every time we have a problem like that, and I'm telling you, we have quite a few problems sometimes. It kills me because they have to resort to something. They have to resort to it, you know. But anyway, that was my rant. I'm over it. I'm already over it. I know it's been more than 5 minutes, but I'm over it. Fuck it. And the whole point of this is, ladies and gentlemen, is this is what I'm battling. This is what I'm always battling every day. I get up and I'm like, oh, the fuck you deserve. No, don't say you deserve this and deserve this. Say, this is not about you. This is not about you. You have a bigger message. You have a bigger meaning. You're much bigger than this. And this is one of the reasons for I am nobody. And this is why I am nobody is such an Ian thing. Because I have learned over the years that I am nobody. The minute I say I'm somebody, the minute I say I'm somebody, it already allows me to think I deserve something more than and what I think. And I'm telling you this in just personal terms. For me, psychologically as well, I know I am a somebody to somebody else. That means the world. I'm a somebody to my mom. I'm a somebody to my family, to my friends, and obviously to my dreamers. And that's all the love that I'm getting. But who am I? Who am I as somebody to myself? That's a different story. Am I as somebody to myself? I feel like, this is me personally too, by the way, this is me personally, don't get it twisted. I personally believe I can't take everything personally, meaning I can't assume that I'm a somebody to myself. The minute I do that, I let my ego take over me. I have a big ego. I know what could happen if I let that ego take over me. I can't. Because if that happens, I can never forgive the people that did me dirty. I can never forgive my fight that I had with whoever, family, friends. I can never let that go. I'm spiteful. I become so spiteful. And when you become spiteful, you speak in the devil's tongue. Don't do that. Don't do that. Heal first. Heal first and then open your mouth. Because, trust me, speak from the heart when it's healed. Don't speak from the tongue when you're not healed. It does more damage than you can possibly imagine. Not just to them, to you, eventually. As long as you know you're somebody to me, as long as you know you're somebody to somebody else, that should keep you going. That's all the love that you can appreciate and you can accept. I am nobody. And therefore, I can truly, truly give. I can truly, truly learn. I can truly, truly love. And I can truly, truly be somebody to everybody. If I'm a somebody to me, I can't be somebody to somebody else. Does that make sense? If I'm a somebody to myself, I can never be a somebody to you. Because it will be just about me. And you have time and you have energy to always give back to yourself when no one's around. Love yourself. Respect yourself. And this is just my saying. This is just my way of concluding my idea and my heart and where my stance is with myself. It doesn't have to apply to everyone. I'm telling you right now. For me, this is who I am, who Ian is. It's I am nobody. It's not motto, it's not my insanity. I have to be nobody to be a somebody to you. And that is why I made that song, I am nobody. I know, big long speech for a song. But listen, you're a somebody to me, okay? And I'm a somebody to you. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We're here together. That's all that matters. That is all, loves. That's all that matters. There's so much more power, if you think about it, in being a nobody to yourself. You let your ego go. You let everything that you ever thought and possessed about who you think you are and you think you should be, you should let it go. Because that way you heal. You heal and you can learn to give back. And you can learn to love more than you could possibly imagine. Trust me. I'm not here to take anything away from me. I'm not here to take anything away from you. I'm just here to give, and you're here to just accept. You're here to give, I'm here to just accept. That's it. We're here to... I love you all so much, right? Sorry, my voice is about giving in. You spun the Google roulette and you led... Thank you. Hey, Google's doing wonders. If you search the right thing. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. I love you too, guys. Now, so I'm telling you, this whole Ian album is, I believe, I'm going to take a hiatus. I don't know, I'll possibly after tour. I'm going to be missing. No, I mean, maybe not from social media, because I still need to keep in touch, right? I've got to keep in touch with you, love. Can't go anywhere. We got to still keep in touch, you know. Am I cold? Kind of. It's I don't know why I didn't bother to put the thing on, but I'm going on hiatus to develop this album, this Ian album. I do believe that this album will be my most highly executed, highly detailed, and possibly my most favorite album that I will ever put out, actually. I've already developed a lot of songs and sounds, a lot of sounds for it. I'm going to take so much time to perfect this, but I want you guys to be that much more anticipated for this. I do feel like this will be my best album yet. And I'm not trying to boast, but I know, because this comes from something real. This comes from something so real that I just feel like everything's aligned, and it's just one of those things that when you know, you know. You've already, here's the thing. If anyone from Sydney is here, right? I might play I am Nobody in some of the Asia shows in Asia. If you're from Asia and if you're going to the cities in Asia, fuck it. I'm gonna do the I Am Nobody stage, just exclusively into Asia as well. Just because, I'm sorry, the reason why it happened now is because everything aligned for me now. And you know what happens. It just doesn't happen like that. It just kind of clicks. But I promise to you, you'll be seeing stages for I Am Nobody in Asia. So don't miss out. If you're going to the cities in Asia, there might, maybe who knows, I'm frantic. So I might even add a few more songs that I might even maybe showcase, maybe new ones. But for the most part, if you're in Asia next month, I'll be in Sydney, Melbourne, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, what else am I missing? Singapore, Hong Kong, Taipei. There's an ambulance, sorry, by the way. Not here to take me away. But anyway, someone said an ambulance coming for you because your beauty killed you. So if you're from Australia, listen. Or I know for a fact Sydney, Melbourne is getting I Am Nobody. And obviously if you're from Jakarta, if you're coming to my show, please, you're gonna get something too. So well, actually, all the Asian shows will do. But 따뜻한 봄 많이 물. 네. You know what? I'm gonna go get some water. You guys, do you want some water? 물 마실래? I'll get some water for you. Want some nice water? Okay, so we are back. No. So what the fuck are you doing? Cheers. I wish I could take a shot with you guys. I wish we can take a shot as we are. Oh boy, it would be nice. I know, here's the thing. I know how much, you know what I've realized the one thing I realized about this tour, so these are the things, these are the epiphanies I've had during this tour, that I do hope maybe that ambulance has taken the patient and is now going back. That's what I like to believe. I think that's about the 7th ambulance. I really do hope the people out there are okay. Like, it's getting a little concerning when there's a few more ambulances every hour. But anyway, yes. Anyway, I think that might have been a broken ambulance. But anyway, as I was saying, the epiphanies, the things that I've realized during this tour is, wow, I did not know how much love we were getting. Like, I don't know how much love, sorry, I phrased it wrong. I didn't know how much lovely people we had as fans. When I say you guys mean so much more than just fans, I mean it. Like, you guys have shown me a world where, fans, so you gotta understand where I come from. As an idol, I used to be an ex-idol, just from some of you guys that don't know. So I have a pretty good understanding of what fandom is, what support is, but this was a next level of understanding what type of support we were actually getting, what type of support that I was actually getting. And I truly appreciate it. I haven't seen you in so long too. Welcome, love. You know what? I truly appreciate every single one of you. You guys make my day. I'm sorry if I couldn't go out and see you guys when on the send-offs. There was a lot of things that some of the venues didn't allow me to do. There's a lot of things where I couldn't do due to certain certain curfews, certain obstacles, unforeseen. But I tried my best. I tried my best to get Don Julio tequila. Yeah, I love Don Julio's. But I did want to try doing my best to give every type of greeting I could, because I know how much that moment meant for you, and I know how much that moment means for me. But sometimes it was safety precautions. Sometimes it was for the artists. Sometimes the precautions were going for the fans. And because of that, there was a lot of unforeseen moments where we couldn't match up to everything. And sometimes, and I know some people might have felt like it was unfair. And if you did feel that, I apologize, right? Because I get it. This moment that you might have, you to finally get to meet the fans, this moment could mean the world to you, because it's like a moment that you've just been waiting for so long. You know, and I would never want to deprive anyone of that, you know. feel like our shows are home, you're right. Thank you. So that's the 10th person that was asking me to drink some water. I like your butterfly. I do like you. Oh, sorry, I know people are like, why you stretch like that? Why do you stretch like you're about to do like a sign or something? But that's how like you're about to do some pose or some shit, and I'm like, no, that's my. Feels like I'm about to do YMCA. No, but anyway, yeah, that was the thing that I realized about you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. Like, 반했다고 해야 되나? 감동 먹었다고 해야 되나? 감동이죠, 감동. You're the best. My God. Not sure if you can hear this. Don't worry, I'm not gonna strip or anything. So that same ambience. Now, I bring in the strings. But the strings alone, you know. I mean, I have a sound where the piano coming in. Yes. Ian, now what is this? Just the Ian album. You can't do this, but this is the Ian album. Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. 소름 돋았어요. 이게 이안 앨범에 다 들어가요. So I want you to feel what I feel. It's not just yes, I can say I want you to feel what I feel. It's not what Mido feels. It's not my perspective of Mido. It's not what insanity feels. It's not what insanity feels of me. It's just what I feel of me. And I think it's gonna show you such a big spectrum and such a big wide array of emotions, because you finally get to feel what I've been feeling all this time doing Mido, doing insanity, doing Ian, but Ian in the back, looking. The story goes, Ian wakes up and he realizes the world that he's created, the other side, Mido and insanity was just a fantasy. And he looks down and he realizes he's mentally ill. And he's in a mental ward. And he looks up and he's like, was this all a dream? Where's Mido? Where's insanity? So no, you're just crazy. What? yes, you've been in this psych ward for a couple of weeks and couple of months now. And he's like, what? Who, and then he looks in the mirror and he sees himself for the first time. And then all his world, everything that he thought was real, everything that he thought he was, crumbles the minute he sees it. He was nobody. I am nobody. That's why you see, yes. You know, as a gift, as a little celebration, I'll put on I'm Nobody as well, because I won't play the whole song, but I'll just show you the layering of what I did. That is the story of Ian. That is the story of Ian.
I woke up to a new dream. I woke up to a new dream.
So, the thing is, right, oops, okay.
40 seconds.
Oh, the TV's like talking to me as if it's like a freaking bomb or something. It's like 30
seconds.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's kind of freaky. Yeah, I was talking about like when it's turning off or something.
Seconds.
Now, the moment where Ian realizes that all he ever was and all he ever thought he was, it was just a dream. That's when he wakes up. And when he wakes up, he sees somebody looking back at him, but he doesn't recognize him. But that is him, the very real him. And he's in the real world. The real world where there's no superpowers, there's no the green, there is no pink people, and there is no Mido and insanity. 그래서 이거를 들어보시면, so the composition I did, 이거 그냥 잠깐, let me just turn my camera. Oh my god, fuck. 아니 무슨 약간 여기 무슨 지진 나나 봐. 계속 두두두두 이러고 있어. Alright, here we go, guys. So, I'll just label them different colours. if I take, let's get each one. Just roll there. So if I just do the string, and the strings, by the way, like, so I have to. So what the thing about this, right? Oh yes, the strings. So I don't have. I'm so freaking bootlegged. I don't have a freaking keyboard. So I just use I just use these keyboards. But I'm like, you know what? Screw it. As long as it works, it works. All right. So here's the thing. All right. Here's the thing. Wait.
When those feelings want to come around, no one will make a sound. I bet they never will know that I'm around.
And then. Yes. But that. I'm not sure if people can see this because I can't see the comments anymore. Let me just rejoin you guys because the comments have stopped or something. So let me just rejoin. Let me just I'm gonna come back on.